Good afternoon and welcome to MC in Focus, Montgomery College's student-produced news program. I'm Max Mikrobchenko.
And I'm Ashley Keith. Two of your favorite jewelry stores, Kay Jewelers and Jared's, are facing a class action sexual harassment lawsuit. About 250 former employees made allegations that women were constantly groped, demeaned, and urged to sexually cater to their bosses to stay employed, get a raise, or get promotions. The accusations were made years ago, but have just recently come to light after attorneys agreed to release them on the condition that the employees remain anonymous. The most striking accusations come from the manager meetings that were mandatory. Former employees described them as booze-filled sex fests where women were relentlessly pursued, grabbed, and harassed. Former employees claim that those who asked for help were verbally abused and terminated. Sterling Jewelers spokesman David Buford told the Washington Post in a statement that the company officials had investigated allegations and found them to be unsubstantiated by the facts. He also claims that the accusations were just a way of the employees' attorneys to paint a negative picture of the company.
There are hundreds of unfilled jobs in the Trump administration, and he plans to keep it that way. In an interview on Fox and Friends from the Fox News channel, President Trump says that they aren't necessary. He also said, quote, "What do all these people do? You don't need all of those jobs." This adds to the fact that he has put a hiring freeze on government jobs. At this moment, President Trump has no intentions of filling in these hundreds of unfilled positions in his administration. President Donald Trump spoke before a joint session of Congress Tuesday, addressing his new immigration executive action, health care, and a new increase in military spending. The president began by condemning the acts of vandalism of Jewish cemeteries and community centers. He also honored Navy SEAL Chief Special Warrant Officer William Ryan Owens, who was killed in a raid in Yemen during Trump's first days in office.
Ryan died as he lived, a warrior and a hero, battling against terrorism and securing our nation.
Responses of the night were done by former Kentucky Governor Stephen Beshear and immigration activist Astrid Sylvia in Spanish.
Bomb threats put local Jewish schools on alert earlier this week. Both Jesher and Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School received threats Monday morning. Head of the Jesher School, Dan Finkel, says this is the first bomb threat in school history. After investigating, police found no bombs at either school. Both schools have ensured safety with added security. Teachers have turned to the internet to help raise money for their students. 75% of schools are turning to choose.org to raise money for their students. This money is being used to get computers, clean uniforms, and snacks for the children. One local teacher at Amadon Bowen Elementary School has raised over $30,000 to get her students laptops for classroom use. She has also purchased granola bars to help the students have a snack so that they don't have to worry about food and can focus on classwork. What devoted teachers?
All right, stay with us. We'll return shortly after these student-produced commercials. Don't go anywhere.
The Corned Beef King is located in the heart of Almy at the Exxon station on Georgia Avenue. It's owned by John Rossler since 2011. His two food trucks are located around Montgomery County, and they have been awarded the best food trucks in the Washingtonian Magazine and the Washington Post. The Corned Beef King does catering for your special events. They have a variety of different sandwiches and a veggie menu. So if you're hungry, come on over to the Corned Beef King.
DC streetcars are up and running. After some delays in car damages during the testing period, the streetcars have been fixed and ready to take passengers. There are 8 stops along the 2.4-mile stretch from H Street Northeast to Union Station and Oklahoma Avenue. The streetcars can carry up to 150 people. It can travel up to 50 miles per hour, but will only go roughly 10 to 12 miles an hour. So far, the streetcars are not being charged for. The DC Department of Transportation has not yet decided. However, the streetcars will operate every day except Sunday.
For the first time, Montgomery County Recreation will be having a summer camp fair on Sunday, March 12th. This event is free and parents will have the opportunity to learn about the wide variety of summer camp programs for their kids. The fair will be from noon to 4 p.m. at the Nancy H. Dasick North Potomac Community Recreation Center located at 12,640 Travilla Road in Rockville. For more information, call 240-777-6840 or go to montgomerycountymd.gov/rec.
The Nintendo Switch is launching today, and the company is expected to sell 5 million units by the end of 2017. The Nintendo's main concern isn't about its sales, but rather trying to convince buyers to get another console despite committing to Xbox One or PlayStation 4. In a statement to GameSpot, Gaming Intelligence SuperData says the Nintendo Switch may have a slow start due to its high price and lack of strong launch titles. The Nintendo Switch is currently selling for $300.
The Mobile World Congress event kicked off this week in Barcelona, Spain. It is the world's largest trade show for mobile devices with brands like Samsung, LG, BlackBerry, Sony, and Nokia showing off their latest gadgets. The major device announcements include the BlackBerry Key 1, the LG G6, Moto G5, Moto G5 Plus, Nokia 5, Nokia 6, and a new remodeled Nokia 3310, which hasn't had a major refresh in 17 years. Samsung did not, however, show off any phones. Instead, they introduced a new tablet, the Samsung Galaxy Tab 3, and a new virtual reality controller for their Gear VP VR headset.
Rockville's Genovation Automotive Company has announced another record-breaking speed stat for the fastest street-legal electric car. The Genovation GXE reached a top speed of 209 miles per hour at Space Florida's shuttle landing facility. This is the only electric high-performance car to have certified speeds over 200 miles per hour.
Now a look ahead to the weather with Frank Jones.
Hi, I'm Frank Jones. I hope you're enjoying your Friday. I'm here to tell you this weekend's forecast. This weekend won't be as crazy as it was earlier this week. Today, March 3rd, will be in the high of 46 degrees with a 30% chance of snow showers. So dress accordingly. By tonight, it should be mostly cloudy with a low of 28 degrees. So bundle up tonight if you're going out. Then tomorrow will be in the high of 43 degrees with sunny skies. Tomorrow night, we're back in the low 20s. Then Sunday, things warm back up with a high of 50 degrees. Nothing but the warm sun in the sky. Then Sunday night will be partly cloudy with a low of 39 degrees. I'm Frank Jones, and that was your weather for the weekend.
The Montgomery College Club Boys to Men is a mentoring program that supports the academic success of African American men at Montgomery College. They had an interesting discussion on Fidel Castro's impact on the black world.
Boys to Men Club advisor Mr. Gus Griffin invited radio show host Nefta Freeman to the Rockville campus to discuss Fidel Castro's impact in the black world. We asked Mr. Griffin why he chose Mr. Freeman to speak at Montgomery College.
I've known him for several years. We're sort of political allies in a sense. And when Fidel Castro passed away in November, then it sort of expedited something that I'd been thinking about for a long time. And I think a much untalked about issue is Fidel Castro's impact on the black world, particularly in Africa, but all over the world. And so I thought it would be a very unique approach to Black History Month. And since I knew someone who was very well read on the subject matter, it just seemed to make a lot of sense.
The number to call, 202-588-9739.
Fidel Castro rose to power after the Cuban Revolution. Nefta Freeman, the co-host and producer for Voices with Visions, a radio show on WPFW 89.3 FM, discussed Fidel Castro's impact on the black world.
Fidel Castro impacted the black world. Most commonly known is the missions for liberation, military assistance to the liberation struggles in Africa. Cuba sent troops, sent combatants to assist the liberation struggles there. And it was unconditional service that they sent. And also, in addition to that, they've been sending and still send teachers and doctors. So people that could provide services like teaching and medical services free of charge, and they do this unconditionally.
We asked Gus Griffin what he hoped the students would get from this specific topic of discussion.
To increase critical thinking skills, to sort of be a better consumer, a more critical consumer of media, and to be more media literate and politically literate. And I don't think you necessarily need to tell them what to think. I think as they become more literate, they sort of find their own way in what works best for them to move themselves forward, the community forward, the world forward, the humanity forward.
Fidel Castro is still seen as a very complex man with a lot of contradictions. The only thing that is for sure is that Fidel Castro's legacy is a topic that will be discussed for years and years to come. For more information on the Boys to Men program, visit montgomerycollege.edu/BTM. For MC in Focus, I'm Dorothy Mbori.
It's time to get your heart rate pumping and jumping. Let's find out what's going on in the world of sports with our talented host, Ashley Keith.
Thank you, Maxim. Starting off with some Montgomery College sports news. The Montgomery College Raptors women's basketball team jumps to number 4 in the national rankings according to the latest NJCAA poll. The women's team beat Prince George's County 108-79, and the men also beat Prince George's in overtime 98-85. Nice work, Raptors. Last night, the Capitals beat the New Jersey Devils 1-0 in their first home win of the season. DC United starts off its season against Sporting Kansas City at home in the district. And finally, Joe Blanton, formerly the relief pitcher for the Dodgers, is now making his home in Washington, D.C., well, West Palm Beach, Florida for now. The 36-year-old veteran pitcher is the third free agent the Nationals have signed at discounted price, $4 million this season to be exact. Spring training is underway, and the Nationals are hoping that Blanton will give them a serious chance at reaching the World Series in October. There's a lot going on in the world of movies. Slashing the box office this weekend is Hugh Jackman's final run as Wolverine in Logan, another installment in the X-Men series. The R-rated comic book adaptation is projected to rake in more than $70 million during opening weekend. Also debuting this week, The Shack, starring Sam Worthington, Octavia Spencer, and Tim McGraw. Before I Fall, starring Zoe Duche, Liv Hewson, and Logan Miller. Table 19, starring Anna Kendrick, Stephen Merchant, and Amanda Crew. This has been MC in Focus, where Montgomery College comes to stay informed. Thanks for joining us on our first live program.
And join us next Friday right here, 12 on the dot. I'm Maxim Korbchenko.
And I'm Ashley Keith.
All right, have a great day, MC.
Have a great day, MC.
Are you excited for the week?